Hi everyone, it's Newt, the assistant here at IE Gallery in Edison, Washington. I'm just checking in with you all about halfway through our current show titled Biophilia, featuring all works by Patricia Hagen. She is an oil paint artist who is originally from Oregon, now living in Washington State. And I'm gonna go through the show here. We'll briefly take a look at each of these pieces in advance of her artist talk, which is tomorrow, Saturday, July 20th at 3 o'clock here in the gallery. I'll do my best to focus on these pieces. It's so bright outside that it makes the gallery look quite dark in here, but all the more reason for you to come visit them in person. So these two we have out just because there isn't wall space for them at the moment, but I did want to include these in the video. All of the frames Patricia made herself, and they're quite beautiful. Not quite a raw edge, but they do feature some of that bark from the wood that they're made out of. So you'll notice in all of these landscapes that Patricia features what I believe to be a self-portrait, if not other human figures from her own life. And each of these works is intending to explore the relationship that humanity has with the natural world, not just as a part of the natural world itself, but as agents of change toward the natural world. In some of these pieces, there is what seems to be a very reciprocal relationship between the human figure and the space that she exists in. And in others, there is evidence of that change. For example, this is Hatchet, clearly a reference to logging. Each of these paintings looks great on camera, but I highly recommend that if you're able to make it before the show is over, checking these pieces out in person so you can really get a feel for the intensity of the color palette, the texture of the paint on the canvas, and you can get a better sense for the feel of the show overall, as with most shows. But I notice, and this is entirely my biased perspective, but I feel as though these aren't just landscapes. Of course, given her artist statement, we know that they're not just landscapes. But to me, they feel a little eerie, a little as though there's something unknown going on, that the viewer is maybe privy to something that maybe not others know about. Is that making any sense to anybody? They feel very Pacific Northwest in the same way that Twin Peaks is a very Pacific Northwest TV show. And I don't know what Patricia would say about that. Maybe I'll ask her tomorrow. This series of 3 here is all titled very similarly. Here at the top we've got the nest, the pond, and the fawn here at the bottom. And you know what, let me go back to this painting entitled Complicit, because I think it showcases that sort of eerie feeling I was describing a little bit ago when I look at these paintings. The notch in the tree that she's made looks so unreal. I recently had a visitor to the gallery describe it as a cut of meat. You know, trees are consumable to us as humans. We consume them in our markets. Of course, not literally, but the products that trees create, we consume, we produce, we sell, we use again and again and again. And I think this piece is the most clear depiction of that relationship. But that's not the only relationship explored here. as I mentioned earlier. There's also this piece titled Emergence. This one, titled Journey, I believe depicts orcas. On the left, there's a log, perhaps another symbol of the logging industry. And on the right, maybe someone will think it looks like something else, but I believe it looks like one of those mines that attack submarines. And of course, somebody out there knows exactly what I'm talking about and the proper name for that thing, but that's what it looks like to me. Something that I think is really interesting about this, and I should ask Patricia about this as well, is why she chose to place the figure in the middle of the diptych, where it's split. There might be something there. We'll work our way over here. Night Watch is the only piece in this show that is painted during the nighttime or of the nighttime. I quite like, so this is this piece here, atop Old Growth, is the second piece in this show that features a figure in such a small scale to force the perspective of just quite how large these old growth trees are. I love that. And here I believe is the only painting in the show of an indoor, or perhaps it's still an outdoor scene, but we've got this still life, properly titled still life with carved owls. And this piece titled The Touch. So there's an overview of everything in the gallery. I'll take a quick walk around so you can get a sense for the space and the way that things have been arranged. I spoke a bit about how the show makes me feel and the vibe that I get from these pieces together. I would be very curious to see what other folks feel. Part of what I love about working here at IE are the conversations that I get to have with visitors about the work. I learn something new every time. And if you are able to attend our artist talk tomorrow, again Saturday, July 20th at 3, you'll have the opportunity to hear straight from Patricia exactly what these works are about, her methods, her inspirations, and you'll also be given the opportunity to chat with her and ask her questions about the work. So we hope to see you there. Thank you so much.